Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at this unit right here. This is the EZA free-to-play unit, the Krillin and Android 18. I think for the most part, they're probably going to be very unimpressive. If you can get into an event where they're going to attack a lot, they can start to put up good numbers, sure, but a lot of it is just like, you're nerfing the team to make this unit look good. Like, you know, this is not a unit that you could just toss, like, off rotation and they're going to look great, right? But, obviously, they're a new EZA, so we're going to go ahead and give them the sticker. I do have them at full level 10 links as well. So we will be able to see how effective they can be, again, when fully maxed out and stuff like that. The sticker effect is okay, I guess. I mean, it's just the little ball of energy that they've got there. And, again, they are full level 10 links. So let's go ahead and hop in and see how well they perform. Alright guys, so we'll start out here on the Battle of Wits / Majin Buu Saga team. The one thing that is going to be unfortunate with this Krillin and Android 18 is that they do not have a lot of categories. A very similar issue for Android 17 and Golden Frieza, right? Because of sort of both characters being on there, you lose a lot of categories that could help, right? So that is unfortunate. Now, they are going to work fairly well with, like, maybe, like, LR Trunks and Mai. Goku and Vegeta, maybe not so much. But, like, with Trunks and Mai right here, we have 3 links active. We have Courage, which gives 2 ki and 10% attack. We have Cold Judgment, a monster 25% defensive link. We also have Brainiacs, 15% attack and defense. Wow. Okay, so even with that amount of good links, we're still only at 50k. Now, we could get them in the middle, and then we'd also get Experienced Fighters active, which is, you know, 15% attack, but this Vegeta's not really too strong, so I want to put them in slot 1. Now, the way this Krillin and 18 works, right, they change physical key spheres to int key spheres when at the start of turn. They greatly stack attack as their super attack effect, and then if they get 5 or more int key spheres, they actually do a guaranteed additional super attack, which is really good, obviously. And then they get 30% attack and defense with every attack performed. The issue with this unit is this. This is unacceptable. Like, yeah, we can get 10 turns into the fight and they could be at, like, a 5 million attack start or something like that. That's cool, but, like, 600k turn 1 is actually, like, that's unacceptable. Like no, like, that makes the unit, like, borderline fodder. And it's like, right away, we had no support, but we had, like, 3 powerful links active. Courage, Cold Judgment, and Brainiacs, right? So, like, we're getting, what, 25% attack and 40% defense. So I'll be very curious to see what their defense is on this next turn. There, they were able to get a triple super attack off, and they obliterated Vegeta. But again, that Vegeta's not exactly tough or anything like that. I did bring Android 17. He obviously could work fairly well. I mean, with a lot of these turn-up power units, Android 17 is going to be really good. Because remember, 17 is giving the key, he's giving the defense. He is able to work with, again, a lot of these turn-up power characters and make them sort of look fairly well off. But I don't know. It's just the problem with this Krillin and 18 is that, like, physical UI Goku is, like, crazy to the point where I think he can help in, like, some long, difficult events. I mean, I guess maybe Krillin and 18 could as well. Let me take a look at the God of Destruction event real quick in the background while we're doing this. Let me see what the tech-type stages look like. Could Krillin and 18 actually help? A lot of it would determine, I think, on what int bosses. So, Catella. Well, actually, you know, Catella, we could, like we could use, like, the Goku and Vegeta team against Catella or Liquor. Like actually just Majin Buu Saga / Battle of Wits. And Krillin and 18 potentially could help out. Alright, so here we have, of course, the God of Showcase's physical Kid Buu. Krillin and 18 have attacked 3 times. So their start of turn passive right here is 90%. Another 3 attacks and they'll be fully built up. And again, remember, they are greatly stacking every single attack as well. We are only able to get 4 right there. So I'm going to do a little bit of orb changing just to sort of, like, get them as many attacks as possible and see, like, sort of everything they're doing. I mean, this isn't actually giving them, like, extra numbers, more so. Yeah, that's 5 right there. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go ahead and give them that 5 int key spheres right there. So they'll get a double super attack. 142k defense, which, again, I guess is, it's acceptable, I guess. I mean, man, they triple super attacked. I don't know how effective they would be in the God event. I could try and do a video on them, because now they're at 2.22. That's with physical kit boo. This is where it starts, like, that's, like, decent. And, like, they're going to put up another attack stat. Like, defensively, they're not anything special. See, like, next turn, if we don't kill this Majin Vegeta, next turn, I think I'll actually be rather comfortable with where their attack and defensive stats are going to lie. Well, they did triple super attack. Yeah, so now they're at 3.31. I mean, so far they're looking really good. I mean, because they're triple supering every turn. Did I give this units mostly additional? Let me double check what... I don't even remember what the build I did. A lot of times, what I've been doing nowadays, unless it's a unit that badly needs crits or something like that, like, dude, I just give units, like, a balanced amount of crit and additional. Yeah, that's what I did. And that's pretty much what I'm doing all the time. Alright, I want my Goku and Vegeta to not super attack, rainbowed, level 10 links, all that. We could maybe not finish off Majin Vegeta, depending upon what the two Goku and Vegetas do right here. I try and go into different, like, events and different Dokkan Fest bosses and stuff like that for these showcases, but man, oh man, are these Dokkan Fest bosses just... After the Link level update, it's just, like, impossible to, like, not just insta-kill them, like, almost every single time. Like, it's so crazy. Now, this next turn is going to be pretty good. Because with Darkness Toa is going to share... I mean, she shares at least, I think, 3 links with Krillin and 18. Let me double check. I think Darkness Toa has Cold Judgment, Brainiacs, and Shattering Limit. Does she? No. Looks like they only have Shattering the Limit and Solid Support. Okay, so Toa doesn't have Cold Judgment or Brainiacs. But, I mean, we could do this. That's a lot of links active right there. Again, Darkness Toa is giving a nice little support type buff. I don't think she would finish Vegeta off, so I am comfortable doing this. What is their defense? They're at 200k defense. That's pretty good. But at this point, their passive is fully built up. Yeah. Because they triple supered both turns, so they have their full passive on this turn. Alright, so Darkness Toa 1.24. Again, I don't expect her to finish off this Vegeta right here, so we don't have anything to worry about right there. 3.95. See, like, that's really quite good. For sure. But... I don't know. Like, are they good enough to run into the God event? Like, can you survive until they're actually good? And the other thing, too, that's very important to keep in mind is, like, if you are running them in, like, the God event, and, you know, you get them on that first turn, and they only super once... that's not going to be good. They're going to be really weak, and they're probably going to get you killed. So, it's like, you could definitely have a situation where they could work, but I myself am not the biggest fan of this team. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. Alright, so now we're on the Tournament of Power team. I always like to have a build where there's no support. That's sort of the build we're rocking here, right? Just sort of a bunch of strong Tournament of Power units here. With LR Jiren, all they're going to have is actual Tournament of Power. And see, this is where you could definitely run into issues with this unit. It's like, are you going to run Krillin and 18? Or any one of the numerous way better units? Also, we didn't get lucky with the orb changing here. So, you know, they're only going to get the guaranteed 1 super. Look at this, dude. 34k defense. I mean, it's not exactly impressive. Let's see how it pans out for them. So, yeah, under 5. I don't like the design. Yeah, they greatly stack, which is fine. I think had this unit been altered, if they started out with maybe like 70%, oh, they got their attack lowered right there. That's very annoying. But if they had maybe started out with like 70% attack and defense or something like that, then lower their build up by a lot, and then make it to where they like stack attack and defense. I think that would have made this unit better overall. But it's just like, it's like the start of the fight and they're just so ass. It's like, for Legendary Goku event, it's good because he starts out so weak at the start. But I mean, there's not too many events that are built like that anymore, right? Where it's just like, all right, this event is just like super fodder weak at the start, and then ho ho ho, they just because they build up, they're good. It's like, no, that's not really how it works. The God event, that you can build up because the event lasts a long time, but you need power right at the start, or else you're in trouble. There's Extreme Super Battle Road, Battlefield. Like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this unit's design. It's like, yeah, with good RNG and stuff, like, they could put up decent numbers the deeper you get into an event, but I don't know. I'm not... I do not consider myself really too much of a fan of this design. I don't know. I mean, we'll definitely rock, you know, a nice Reps of Universe 7 team for our next run and see the levels that they're going to put up there, but I do not know. Alright, so with Krillin, we're activating a lot here. We have Experienced Fighters, Courage, Brainiac, Solid Support, and Tournament of Power. So Krillin is obviously a really good partner with this Krillin and Android 18. The other thing, too, is that they should activate AGL Krillin's passive, right? Because, so Krillin, 180% attack and defense. He gets another 2 key and 120% attack and defense when your team has Android 18 attacking in the same turn. I believe that is active, because I believe that key... that would kick in when he attacks. And the attack and defensive buff, I believe, would kick in when he attacks, right? Because, I don't know, it says when your team has Android 18 attacking in the same turn. I don't know that it doesn't say a character's name includes Android 18. That should activate his passive. I guess it's a little tricky to determine that. What is our defense? 51k. Ay. Now, keep in mind that their attack stat is going to be a little bit lowered because that Gohan supered them last turn. There they are at a solid 1 million with 5 out of 7 links. The only things they don't have active is what? Turtle School, or the only things they don't have active here is... what was it? Cold Judgment and Shattering the Limit are the 2 links they don't have active? Alright, so there's their 2 attacks. Let me see Krillin's attack stat. I should be able to tell immediately if Krillin has his passive active or not. And I don't think he does. 1.88? Are you kidding me? I don't think they act... so that unit does not activate Krillin's passive. That's really bad. That's... why would they do that? That's so poor. So it has to specifically be an Android 18. I don't know. That's very bizarre to me. All right, I think that this fight, we're probably done here. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish Gohan and Goten off, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next team. Again, I think that's very poor. The fact that you can't even utilize this Krillin and 18 unit to bring out the AGL Krillin's full power... horrible. I mean, that's bad design on Krillin's part. But I said, when Krillin came out, I said, I don't like the design here. I mean, he's just a worse Skinny Boo. And that's really all that Krillin is. He's literally just a worse Skinny Boo, right? Alright, guys, so now we're on Reps of Universe 7. I decided to bring the Zeno support memory right here. This is a permanent 10% attack and defensive buff for the entire fight that we're going to get. How do they work with Team Universe 7? They have 2 links. So we have Tournament of Power active as well as Solid Support. It's not really the greatest. We also don't have... here, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do a little orb changing because I want to get their passive built up quickly. I want to let them sort of, like, stack, and let's see, like, how quickly we can actually make them good. Wait, are you kidding me? Alright, great. Yeah. They need 5 in orbs. We got 4. I love that. Thank you. I love that for me. Okay. Yeah, I just think they're too weak at the start, man. Like, 693? I don't really know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know in skip ahead 9 turns in this fight. And like, oh, wow, look at the numbers they're doing. Ho, 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 baby. It's like, yeah, cool. This is so great. But, like, I like power at the start myself. That's where I'm at. Give me the power right near the start, I think is quite a bit more useful. I don't know. I kind of want to just, like, skip ahead a little bit until, like, we've seen them, like, actually power up. But, like, I don't know, it is important to kind of just, like, sit here and show their sort of, like, slow power-up process, because, again, it is a rather slow process for this Krillin and 18 to get all their buffs, right? I mean, see, the fact that they're an orb changer is helpful. They would have been a much better unit. Here's another, dude, if they had, like, okay, check this out, right? If it was instead just changes a key sphere, a type of key sphere randomly into Rainbow, and then launches an additional super attack with 5 or more key spheres, this unit is way better, because then it's like, okay, you know, LR Blue Goku and Vegeta, LR Universe 7, you know, they're doing this amazing, like, Rainbow Orb changing, which helps them out so much. Like, that would have been good, but that's not really what we got. All right, so with Tien and Roshi, they share literally everything except for Courage. So now they're in a much better spot. They're at 111k defense, because the other thing, too, about being with Tien and Roshi is now they're getting the 40% support type buff, right? Because Krillin and Roshi are, Tien and Roshi, they're 3 key and 40% attack and defense, the rest of the Universe 7. So here, they're at 1.75. I guess do keep in mind as well, I did, again, use the Zeno support memory here. So we are getting the permanent 10% attack and defensive buff. It lasts the entire fight for the entire Universal Survival Saga category. That's going to be interesting. Like, if they give us one of those of every category, that's going to be really helpful when taking down difficult content and stuff like that for the first time. All right, so now they're at, what, 4 attacks? So 2 more attacks, and they're going to be fully built up. I mean, we could definitely see that, you know, they can hit good numbers, no doubt about it. But, again, I think the build-up is a little bit too long for, like, the output that they can do, which the problem is, you know, Universal Survival Saga, Reps of Universe 7, it's not like there's a small amount of powerful units or anything like that. Like, you're overflowing with god-level characters on this team, right? So it's just going to make it to where all these characters are just putting out ridiculous power constantly. So, I don't know. We'll, we're going to do one more turn. Then I might just skip ahead to, like, turn 15 or something like that. And it's like, oh, boy, 7 million attack stat. Woo-wee! But, I might go ahead and finish up there, you know, again, because I feel like we've seen enough from this unit. This is, of course, I guess one thing that is good about it is this is a free unit, right? Like, it's not like you don't have to summon for this unit or anything like that. You just get it for free by playing the game, grinding the Universe 7 story event, and then grinding the EZA area. Bam, you've got the unit. So that is pretty cool. All right, so we'll let this next turn play out. And again, we're just going to go ahead and skip forward at least a little bit here and see what happens. All right, so this is a good turn for them. I am actually going to go ahead and do this to go ahead and get us some more int key spheres here, so that we can actually get, like, we're going to guarantee get all their last passes and stuff like that. They do not have Courage with Gohan and Piccolo, yeah. All right, so defense, they're up to 200k defense right here, which is good, right? And again, like, they're going to have their full passive after this. They do have the extra 10% from Zeno, but still. Yeah, now they're at a 4 million attack stat. See, like, when you put them next to Tien and Roshi, because, like, Experienced Fighters, 15% attack, Cold Judgment, 25% defense, Brainiac's 15% attack and defense, Solid Support, 15% defense, Tournament of Power, 3 key, 7% attack and defense, and then Shattering Limit, 2 key and 5% attack and defense. So you have a lot of, like, attack and defensive buffs that they're getting from all these links, which is going to lead to some good numbers. So again, I'm going to go ahead and skip forward a few turns here. Actually, I mean, honestly, that was a pretty good output for turn 5. I will say that. But again, that was with Tien and Roshi. And so it's like, if you're thinking about the God event, like, I don't know about running Krillin and 18 and Tien and Roshi together because they're different typings. Again, in the God event, you, like, to be very safe, you really do want to make sure you have pretty much full type advantage in order to, like, successfully sort of maneuver through there, right? All right, we are actually just the very next turn, and with the Android 17 on rotation, they are at 344k defense. I believe their passive is fully built up. They're getting monster support from Tien and Roshi. They're getting monster support from Android 17 as well. I mean, they definitely can put up very gaudy numbers, man, for a free-to-play unit. You know, Android 17 is not putting up these attack stats and these defensive stats and shit like that, right? Like, Krillin and 18, like, look at this, like 5.23 right there. We were able to get the int orbs we needed, so they're just going to do one more attack. They're going to continue to greatly stack their attack. Yeah, they're able to build up nicely. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We'll see. We'll see. Again, we'll get like turn 10, 11, 12, maybe something like that. We'll see what attacks that they get at that point, and then again, we'll finish up. But I mean, we definitely saw some very high defensive numbers right there for sure. All right, guys. So we'll get one more attack set here. Turn 15. Let's see how much damage they are going to do to our boy Zamasu. At this rate, too, Zamasu is going to find himself finished off. The Reps Universe 7 team is pretty powerful. So turn 15. 18 and Krillin are able to get us a 7.54 million attack set. So, of course, they're just going to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger as the event does continue on, right? So that is cool, but, you know, really it's like defensive, like, stacking is what I've found to be much, much superior, right? All right, so this is highly compatible spousal power, Krillin and Android 18. Their leader skill is the Join Forces category, key 3 and 77% of stats, or Int type key 3 and 50% of stats. Their super attack is the Spousal Combination, which greatly stacks attack and does supreme damage to the enemy. Their passive skill, Spousal Three-Legged Race, changes physical key spheres to Int key spheres. Then they launch an additional super attack with 5 or more Int key spheres obtained. And then they get 30% attack and defense with every attack performed up to a max of 180%. So they do have to do 6 attacks to get their full attack and defensive buff. Again, I talked about it many times throughout the video, but I feel like them having 0 at the start is just not good enough. Like, they needed to have some sort of start of turn buff in order to be, I think, really relevant in today's meta. Their links are Experienced Fighters, Courage, Cold Judgment, Brainiacs, Solid Support, Tournament of Power, and Shattering the Limits. I mean, they're going to have some good stuff like Tournament of Power, Solid Support, which will really allow them to link up well with a bunch of units on there, but they do have kind of a quirky link set with Reps of Universe 7, right? Their 12 key multiplier is 135%, a bit lower than usual, but that's because they greatly stack. That does make sense. And then finally, this unit is on a small amount of category teams, unfortunately. So for starters, they're on Join Forces. Join Forces is starting to look pretty impressive with the sheer amount of units that are on here, right? For sure. Then they're also on Universal Survival Saga, which, I mean, you want to talk about freaking impressive as that team. Reps of Universe 7, again, also another one of the best teams in the game that has just been buffed repeatedly. And then finally, they're on Battle of Wits. Battle of Wits has gotten a pretty substantial buff throughout this 6-year anniversary, right? Because a lot of these duo units of Universe 7, a lot of them are all in here, right? And then, of course, even LR Roshi is in Battle of Wits, so that is good to have some very substantial additions to this category team here during this anniversary. So let me know what you guys think of the Krillin and Android 18 unit. Again, I think they're okay, but I really do not like the fact that they start out with no buffs whatsoever. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.